hello from Auckland in New Zealand. I'm about to fly with Air New Zealand to Adelaide on an A321Neo in economy class. It's going to be a really good flight, so it's cold out here. Let's go in, check in and see what this international flight has to offer. Let's do it. Auckland Airport is the primary airport serving the city of Auckland in New Zealand. Air New Zealand's check-in is located in the centre of the terminal area. They have two options to check yourself in. There is the self-check-in kiosks, which can be used by anyone, or there is a priority check-in, which can be used by Star Alliance Gold and eligible Air New Zealand frequent flyers. So I got my boarding passes very quickly using the self-check-in kiosks. It's my first time using a self-check-in kiosk on an international flight, and it's safe to say it actually worked. With check-in complete, I can now make my way to the international departures area, which is located upstairs and through the escalator. Let's head through and say see you to New Zealand. My flight won't depart for a while yet, so let's sit down, explore and enjoy Auckland Airport before my flight. This is the Latam 787 which just flew in from Santiago and will soon go on to Sydney. My flight today will depart from gate 17. These gates are normally used for the USA departures, however my flight will depart from one of them today. On my way there I saw this retro painted Qatar 777 which is also travelling to Adelaide tonight. I'll be sure to get on one of them in the coming months. And this will be the aircraft flying me to Adelaide this morning, ZK-NNG. It is my first time on an A321 or a Neo, so I'm very excited. G'day. Very good, thanks.
Thanks a lot, see you later. Open your passport. Same thing, bro.
Thank you.
Sorry, bro.
Hello, how are you?
Very good, thanks, sorry.
Adelaide, that's us.
Thank
Welcome,
you.
Aidan.
Thank you. Welcome on board the Air New Zealand A321Neo. To my surprise, it's in an all-economy configuration in a simple 3-3 layout, just like most domestic aircraft. And welcome to my seat today, 30A. I'm pretty sure you can all agree with me, this new configuration and these seats look amazing. Waiting in my seat were a pair of earbuds. I bought my Qantas business class ones instead though. So now that I'm seated, let's go over some seat features. There is a reasonable touchscreen TV there, with a headphone port, a power plug and a USB-C plug. The tray table can be folded down from the seat in front and can be moved backwards and forwards. There is decent legroom there. In the seat pocket there is a safety card and an air sickness bag. There is an adjustable headrest on board each seat. And this will be my view to Adelaide today.
Meanwhile, we are shortly down for Adelaide. So we're going to be just a couple of minutes late, just getting everybody on board. Quite a long way to come for you guys walking down there, so it's just a couple of minutes late, but 4 hours 30 minutes is the flight time, so a little bit quicker than what's is advertised, so hopefully we should pick up a bit of that time as we get across. We're taking off out to the east today, turning about, and our track takes us heading down towards Melbourne and then into Adelaide. We'll be cruising at an altitude today of 32,000 feet, approximately 10,000 metres. Weather for arrival, expecting the wind to be from the southwest with the odd shower passing through. Will's on the flight deck with me. He'll talk to you later on to update the weather, the expected time of arrival. Now sit back and relax. I'm sure we'll pull in the team and look after the
civil aviation rules require you to comply with all crew instructions and signs while on board this aircraft. Smoking and vaping is not allowed anywhere on this flight, including cigarettes is also prohibited. Headphones connected to personal.
Just like Tiaki, Air New Zealand has made a promise to help care for our people, places and culture.
Placards and illuminated signs.
If the seatbelt sign lights up, return to your seat, fasten your seatbelt. And that gives us our oceans, lakes and rivers. Your life jacket is within easy reach. It's under your seat. They're easy to fasten sitting down. Just rip back the tag, place it over your head, clip the straps together.
If we need to evacuate, leave your bags behind.
Lightweight handheld.
So let's go over the entertainment system. It requires you to put in your date of birth so that they know that it's you that's watching the entertainment system. I really like this entertainment system. It's much more modern than Qantas, which I flew with a few days ago. It's just much more reactive and much better. They've got the same movies I found though. Batman is a very common one at the moment. They've got a good range of TV shows and new and older movies. There is also a lot of extra features on board Air New Zealand's entertainment system though, like music, games, and you can also order food on it, and also chat to seat neighbours. I found that to be a great feature, and I found myself listening to the music throughout the entire flight, as I'm not really a movie person to be honest. So let's have a look at the food and drink section. It's currently unavailable. And the flight map. The flight map is extremely interactive. I found it to be a great feature. It's the same one that's used on most airlines, including United Airlines. It's been around for a while, but it is still amazing. It's very reactive and you can zoom right in basically. Unlike Qantas's, which is just an automated one, it's definitely due for an upgrade. So as you can see, we're there in Auckland and we're about to fly over the Tasman Sea back to my home in Adelaide. This is going to be my longest flight since pre-COVID, so I'm very excited for it.
Must be fastened, and we do recommend that your seatbelt is always fastened and possible during the flight. Australian Government about COVID-19. Please speak to a member of the crew now and a government official immediately upon arrival.
So with that turbulence out the way, allow me to show you the seat chat features. You can enter any name you want, however when you message someone it will still come up with your seat number so they know who's talking to you. You can select any icon that you want, just agree to the terms and conditions and then you're ready to go. There was also a video played by the Australian government on the entertainment system about what you should and shouldn't bring into Australia. I'd say that there'll be something to do with foot and mouth disease on there in the coming weeks. So not long after we'd left Auckland, I saw the crew with their trolleys out, so I knew it was time for the first snack service. I just got myself a cup of sparkling water. It tasted very bubbly.
And with our breakfast service, we have two meal options available today. We have the pancakes with vanilla syrup, or the scrambled eggs with chicken sausage and baked beans. Fancy NZAA customers, snacks and beverages will be available for purchase shortly through your food, on your food and app, on your entertainment screen. So again, that is the hotcakes with vanilla syrup and berries, or the scrambled eggs with chicken sausage and baked beans. Thank you.
So the first snack service is done, now let's go on to the meal service. So the meal comes on this tray with yogurt and fruit. The fruits were freshly cut and actually in a mini bowl. And the yogurt was fresh and it was a strawberry yogurt. It also came with plastic cutlery and no drink, to my surprise actually. So for breakfast this morning I got myself the scrambled egg with chicken sausage and baked beans. In comparison, this is the breakfast that I had in 2018 on Air New Zealand. Looks the same, doesn't it? The breakfast also comes with some salt and pepper. Let's dig in. Sadly, the egg tasted pretty flavourless and it was dry and clearly watered down. Although in saying that, I'm still a huge fan of scrambled eggs and of the portion they gave. It was really amazing. The chicken sausage is also one of my favourite types of sausage with its unique taste. On this flight there was 2 mini sausages received and they were full of flavour. It definitely lives up to my expectations. 10 out of 10. Sadly, I don't eat beans, however I still did enjoy the meal today. The fruit salad came on the side. It contains apple, pear and orange. I found all of the fruit to taste fresh and it was a good refresher after a dry breakfast. So I really enjoyed this meal, and yes, sadly I do not eat yogurt, so it was not consumed on today's flight. Hopefully it went to some better use. So after my meal I settled in to watch some of The Good Place. Although, as with every TV show on a plane, I just get distracted by the view out of the window, so it lasted for about 2 minutes. The crew also came round for a post-meal drink service. I went with a cup of apple juice. It tasted great and it was a good way to end and wash down my meal. So overall, another rather enjoyable meal today on board Air New Zealand. So welcome to the Air New Zealand A321Neo Lavatory Tour. As with that being on all their aircrafts, their lavatories are really modern and nice and are kept in an amazing state. So when I got back from my seat, I filled out the entry form for Australia. It's actually my first time doing one of these in 4 years.
Upper wind, so we did anticipate just over Melbourne. So put the seatbelt signs on for now and we'll try and endeavour to find some smooth air, perhaps by descending. So remain seated with those seatbelts comfortably fastened, thank you.
Air New Zealand actually offers an on-demand drink service throughout the flight, so I decided to test it out with getting a cup of sparkling water. So it took the water about 3 to 4 minutes to arrive, and when it did I was very pleased that it came in a can with a cup on the side. It's pretty cool how Air New Zealand do this. It's an amenity that not many other airlines do. And just like that, we're back over mainland Australia. We are on the final stretch now, and it's about to get really bumpy. So that's Melbourne just down there, and I know that I've done this sector a lot of times, so I know that we are on the home stretch. And you know that we're about to descend when they hand out the New Zealand lollies.
Progress into Adelaide and out of descent now. Still got 180 kilometres until we touch down. And where's the conditions? In Adelaide, there were some rain showers that passed through, so it's now a clear day in the city. There are some showers just east of the city, a temperature of 14 degrees and some light to moderate southwesterly winds. We'll be touching down a few minutes ahead of the scheduled arrival time. And current time there is 10:24 and we anticipate touching down at 11 at 45 25 minutes past 10, so another 20 minutes. Just enjoyed the flight with us today. It's certainly been a pleasure having you on board. We hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
So as we begin to approach my home of Adelaide, allow me to summarise this long flight today on board Air New Zealand. This was my first Air New Zealand flight in nearly 4 years, and now I remember why they're such a good airline. There is just service that sounds out so much compared to other airlines. In comparison, I flew across the Tasman with Qantas a few days earlier. The flight was good, but it just isn't as good as Air New Zealand. Let's start with Auckland Airport. Thankfully, Air New Zealand allows check-in for international flights with self-checking kiosks. Therefore, I was able to use it and check in very fast and easily. Auckland Airport was nice, as per usual. I had a walk around and quite literally a walk through memory lane. Then I settled down for an overpriced breakfast. It was then time to board my flight, a fair walk away. On board the aircraft, I received a warm welcome, and the cabin manager almost acted like she was surprised to see me showing my boarding pass to her and acting like it wasn't required. Is that just something in New Zealand? Comment down below. In the air, it was a rather turbulent and amazing meal service. Air New Zealand is top standard with their meals, and an entertainment system where you couldn't possibly run out of entertainment and movies to watch. So overall, a really amazing flight today on board Air New Zealand. I cannot wait to fly them in the near future. So that's all for today's trip report. I put a lot of time and effort into it. I actually kicked my keyboard 6,532 times during the process of making this video. So you hitting that bell and subscribing will make my day. It really will. Other than that, I'd like to thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you all next Friday, 4 PM for another video. Until then, have a great day and happy flying.
Thank you, see you later.
Thanks.
Okay.
See ya. Bye.
Welcome home, welcome to Adelaide, South Australia. That was my first international trip in 3 years. It was amazing. It's so good to be back on home soil though. Anyway, from here, I don't know what, we haven't got any flights booked. We're looking at doing more international, but I'll keep you updated. If you don't want to miss anything, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. You'll be notified every single time I upload. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button. Until next time, have a good one. Thank you.